Nice work if you can get it, and you can get it if you try.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another edition of The Working Lunch. I'm Jeff Turgeon from the Mass Hire Central Region Workforce Board.
And I am Michaela Tucker-Davis, representing Mass Hire Central Career Centers.
I thought for a second you were going to say maybe the Mass Library Association or something.
Why would you be under that impression?
You seem very
academic.
Yeah, well, you know.
I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult. I think I want to take a little bit of both and just leave it right there in the middle. But if you say I look studious, I will
studious,
take it.
Sure.
Okay.
How's your summer going?
Summer's good. Very productive. A lot of move work with the new career center.
That's right. We are now officially in at 554 Main Street. So if folks haven't had a chance to come by to the career center, right across from the Hanover Theater. So we used to be down Main Street a bit, but now we're at 554, right across from Hanover Theater. Third floor is the career center, and the fourth floor is the workforce board.
Yep. So we are still neighbors.
Yeah.
I get to walk past you every day.
There we go.
So nice threads. I like the shirt. What's going on with the shirt? What does this represent?
I don't know if we can zoom in a little bit. This is the official YouthWorks staff shirt. So I think we're going to zoom in maybe. There we go. Look at that. The official YouthWorks staff shirt.
Established in 1999.
That's right. So YouthWorks is the summer jobs program for young people. It is state funded. The funding flows from the Commonwealth through an organization called Commonwealth Corporation that manages it statewide. It comes to the board, and we partner out with different agencies that run it. In Worcester, the biggest part of the program is here in Worcester, run by Worcester Community Action Council. They do an amazing job, including some graphic artists over there that worked on this logo and put that together for us. And then, so we have these nice shirts. I know before the show you were saying, oh, you know, I get left out when things like that happen. I'm the youth services coordinator at the Career Center, and yet I don't have a youth shirt. So I have.
For me?
Yeah, there was a really one of the staff people over at WCAC was there, and she went to get a soda.
So you stole. This is stolen merchandise.
She does it. So if she has her name written in and anything, you might want to cross.
Okay,
out.
I don't want to get. I was a little apprehensive, but yeah,
look at that. It should fit. Hopefully, might be a little bit.
I hope so. It might look like Tom Hanks in that movie Big, but other than that, it's nice. Thank you very much. I'll take it. This is the nicest gift he's ever gotten.
The team at we also partner with the Center of Hope in Southbridge and the Blackstone Valley. Hub, the Center for Business and Enterprise, I think is what it's called. The Hub, BV Hub is kind of their moniker. And then also the Milford Youth Center. And so this summer we have more than 600 young people working as part of the program. They work at for-profit sites, non-profit sites, public municipal offices.
Agencies,
So a little bit of everything offered. They do a work readiness program.
So they're getting skills that they can bring into employment once they either graduate or go to college.
Yeah, and we try to get them help on understanding what they like and don't like about work, and maybe a career path from that.
Yep.
And so it's a neat it's a very successful program. As the shirt indicates, it's been around for a while now, and we're one of the few states in the nation that have a statewide effort like this, and I think it's part of our commitment, part of the state's commitment to keep our workforce, that next generation, vibrant and skillful.
Yeah. And it's been working since 1999. I've heard great things about YouthWorks, so.
There we go.
That threw me off a little bit.
So one of the things, though, one of the skills that that a young person ideally could learn and maybe develop is leadership.
Absolutely. Leadership is key. I think being able to not only go into a group, but stand out and take the lead if need be is absolutely an essential skill when it comes to any type of job readiness, life skills. As you're going through different transitions from high school to college, it's always good to be able to say, I can take the lead and get things done. So that's definitely a skill I've learned throughout the years and when I've done summer programs like that, and it has come into play in everyday
Yeah.
life. So
And certainly the
So
bonds
we're-
you make and all that are
absolutely.
right. So one of the things that we try to do to help instill leadership is we partnered up with another program called the Worcester Youth Leadership Institute.
Say that 3 times
I know, right?
fast,
I was moving ahead on it. So the Worcester Youth Leadership Institute, and we have the program manager, program director,
Correct. Coordinator.
coordinator, Walter Jovel. So welcome.
Welcome
Thank you.
to our show. We need like a little jingle when we welcome people.
We're gonna work on
Anyways, yeah, we're gonna work on that.
We're gonna work on it. That's another thing. Put it on the list.
Well,
Things
we're
to work on.
glad to have you here, Walter. Can you tell us a little bit about youth leadership and
Sure.
what the program is? And
Sure. So every summer we take on a group about 25 high school students or college students in the area who are working at the Youth Works program. So throughout the week they are working on their site Monday through Thursday, learning valuable on-the-job training skills. And then on Fridays, they come with us and learn about leadership. From our government leaders to business leaders to nonprofits, they come and they spend the day with us and they talk about leadership. We practice it, and we also have tours about our great downtown city.
Very
nice.
cool.
Okay, so I have a question. So every week, somebody new comes into their
Yep.
classroom or wherever they are
Or
for
they
that
actually
day,
go
or they
travel.
go
We go,
travel.
yep.
You guys move around and talk to someone that's actually a leader in the community.
Yes.
I think that's great. What better way to get hands-on experience and actually being able to ask those questions, hearing from like the person's every day-to-day duties. So I think that's a really good part
Yeah.
of the program. I like that a lot.
Who's some of the folks that are not necessarily from year to year, but like what's some of the leaders that you've and some of the experiences that they have? Because I know there's some neat stuff. I mean,
Yep. So usually we have a great partnership with the United Way of Central Massachusetts, and they take on our volunteer and nonprofit day. They bring together a panel of CEOs and business leaders like Liz Hamilton from the Boys and Girls Club, other leaders.
these are senior
yes.
leaders of organizations.
Yep. Deb
You're not
Hall
going to maybe
from-
bump into them day to day,
Right.
but so to spend a day with them
Yes.
and get to know them, make some connections.
Right.
We should back up a second. So the program itself, though, is organized and coordinated through the Worcester Regional Chamber of Commerce, right?
Correct. So we are the head partner, and we essentially coordinate the program, the tours, and the speakers throughout the 6 weeks learning experience.
So it really ties it into that again, having the chamber kind of involved in leading the effort, getting them high level kind of leadership involved.
Right.
So you'd mentioned nonprofit, but they also meet other civic leaders.
Right. So we also met the health commissioner of the city, and we also spent a day with the Department of Public Health learning about public health projects that are currently happening in the city. Many young folks, often complain that there's nothing to do, or they're bored,
Right, right.
or maybe the streets are unsafe for their neighborhood. But they never think about who is thinking about that at the city or at their upper level.
Good point.
And for them, it's an eye-opener day where they say, wow, there really are people who are dedicated to the public, who are there for the families in the community, and who really want to make sure that everyone is safe and healthy. So that's one of the days that they get to kind of pick Department of Public Health's mind and say, what's going on for the youth, what's going on in high schools, what's going on in my community, and they learn right from them the statistics, the data of crime, different projects or health benefits of different things that they're involved.
And you also meet business leaders.
Yep.
I mean, and don't they also, is it, am I correct that one of the sessions is with the district attorney's office? Is that
Used to be in
so
the past.
sometimes that's been
Yep.
done, like mock trials.
Yep.
So there's some really interesting.
Yep. One particular
Activities.
year we had a mock trial right in City Hall. One of our young people got to sit right where the mayor sits and the gavel, and that was just a big eye-opener for them that they could be involved in city politics.
Yeah, and just see how it all comes together. And so it seems like it's a double win, right? Is they're learning it and all that, but they're also meeting
Right.
the people. And then let's not forget they're bonding, right? So tell us
Correct.
about who participates. I mean, you mentioned that they're Youth Works participants, but like what types of young people and like their backgrounds or
Sure. So this particular year we had a lot of students from North High, And they were really able to just come on in and kind of have that sense camaraderie between each other. We also have different high schools. We had a student from Bancroft this year, Abby Kelly. Of course, the Worcester Public Schools.
Barcode, I think, yeah.
Burncoat, Doherty.
Yeah.
Yep. And so they...
So these are kids that wouldn't have really, I mean, maybe a few of the North kids, but for the most part, and year to year.
They stay in their own...
They have all kind of, and you forced them. I know.
Yes.
And you had them, I think you had a session.
I did.
We do a session on career development and workforce leadership.
It was really fun. It was a really good group. There's about 25 of them, I think.
yeah.
And we talked about teamwork and how to problem
some
solve.
activities there
Some really
together,
fun
right?
activities.
Career exploration.
Career exploration. They
how to
were very
budget.
quiet. Yep. Oh, yeah, the budgeting piece was great. The financial literacy, which I think is key.
And again,
for all
they
young
start off
people.
real quiet. And maybe
Yep.
Yeah, and then by the
last
end of
session,
it, yeah,
They
it's
were
over.
leaning
Yeah.
forward,
Yeah.
asking questions, asking about budget and
Yep.
safety. I mean, the checking account, savings account. You
Right.
know, because oftentimes they have these big dreams that they're going to graduate high
Mm-hmm.
school, they're going to go to college, and they're going to make money, and they're going to be like people on social media.
Right.
You know, but the hard reality is, you're going to have to work for a while before you can.
Yeah, I
live
mean,
a
I'm
good
still waiting to
lifestyle.
get my TikTok going. I'm this close to being a TikTok star.
Influencer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that what? Yes.
So you need to learn this.
I don't
language if
even-
you're
I
gonna
need to
be
know the lingo.
An influencer or
I'm
whatever
an
it is.
influencer. Who am I influencing?
You might get
Other
some
old
views
dudes,
though. You
right?
might get some
Like,
views. You're actually pretty funny. I'll give
Hey,
you that.
hey, old people, here's what to do. I'm an influencer of who am I going to influence?
That's your demographic. No, but one of the questions, one question I want to ask you, Walter, is like, so year to year, is it different kids, or can these kids come back
every
and
year
do like
it's a brand new batch
group?
of kids.
Okay.
The youth are selected through the YouthWorks program, and about I'd say 50 to 60 employers nominate 25 young people for this particular program on
Wow.
Fridays.
Okay.
So I mean, you say that, but it's kind of a one-shot deal, if you will.
Yep.
But then there've been they're invited to some alumni events,
Yes.
and they all kind of have that shared. They've all been through a very similar
Mm-hmm.
experience, so they kind of get to know each other too. But it's neat I've been to some alumni events where they see each other, they haven't seen each other maybe in a couple of years or whatever,
Right.
so they get together and able to get back into it. And I mean, the hope now is we've been through some cycles that these young people are now going to start taking some of these leadership spots, and
Absolutely.
That's the goal.
they've got a network to draw on, some skills to draw on. So it's exciting stuff. Now, how did you get involved in the program?
Well, I've always been an active youth worker in the city through my many efforts in the community through the Hope Coalition, or being a counselor at the Boys and Girls Club, or just even volunteering my time into being a coach for soccer for young people. So I've always had a passion for working with young people, and this opportunity landed in my lap, and I've been doing it for 8 summers, and it's one of my
Has it been
favorite
8 summers?
activities.
I was going to say it's been like 3 or 4. I mean,
Yep.
it's amazing how time flies, and
Yeah.
and I think credit to you, it's been going so smoothly that you kind of sometimes, you know what I mean?
Right. Right. Absolutely.
Wow, so that's a lot of young people. You must be pretty
Yeah.
rewarding.
So the program started in 2014, and since then we've graduated over 150 young people.
Wow.
You must bump into those.
I was gonna say, have
It's
you like
great,
bumped
yeah.
into any kids? Are they in like leadership positions? Are they in the city? Are they
They're
working?
actually branching out into different nonprofits. So
Nice.
I saw them at the Youth Connect program
Yeah.
or the YWCA, and immediately when they see me, they just thank me for the opportunity and look at where I'm at now, or an update, and it just fills my heart to just see them kind of growing and developing into a leader.
We do probably need to schedule another alumni event.
Yeah.
In the near
I wanna
future.
go.
It's fun, yeah.
I wanna go.
It's a good thing.
You always
What's the Hope Coalition? I hear about the Hope Coalition. What is the Hope Coalition?
So the Hope Coalition was a coalition of all the youth-serving agencies in the city, and basically we got together to address some of the concerns that were happening with Worcester's young people in regards to mental health,
Youth violence.
youth violence, and youth substance abuse. So those were our 3 main goals that we wanted to tackle, and our home base was the Worcester Youth Center. And so we started branching out and looking for young people, high school students, to be part of our leadership program.
I think I was working on a task force that was
Yep.
around youth violence that Lawyer Ross
Exactly.
had pulled together with the help of the Hope Coalition, and issued a great report. I did a lot of great research on
Oh,
who's
Lori Ross
affected,
is great.
how-
Yeah,
yeah.
she's great.
What's some other stuff? So the young people, they go through the program, and of course, some of them are going on to college, or maybe they're going into the workforce, or going back to high school even. what's some of the things that they plan for next steps? Do you know?
In terms of
Just like what's some of their, when they're talking about, okay, next, like what's next
this
steps?
summer we had an intern from Bentley College, and so she did her internship here, learning about marketing, communication, and she actually worked on the newsletters that you see posted around right now.
Nice.
And she did a great job on this. Yeah.
Yeah, those are very nice.
Yep. So she was able to kind of take this experience and apply it towards her major that she's studying in college. And that's kind of the things that we look for in a young person who's going to take this experience and build on it.
Now, what do you do the rest of the year?
So I work on many different projects. I used to work for Mass Hire out in
Metro West?
in the Metro West,
Yep.
but I've moved
keep
on
stealing
from
you
there.
back over here.
Exactly. I'm hoping to start this off and stop that commute. And I also do the Hope Coalition. I also do soccer, like I said, with Kwame Soccer.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
Queen
I've heard of
segment.
that. Yeah, that's really nice. Yeah.
Yep. So that's a free program that we offer for
Really?
young kids, ages 3 to 16, to come
where's that
learn their first soccer experience. Do you know where the Quinsig Lake Park is over there by White City?
Yeah.
The
state
Regatta
park.
Deli? Yes, the state park, yep. So we hold, 1 hour playoff or tryouts for them. So we teach them some skills and then we let them scrimmage for the rest of
Neat.
the time.
Well, that's really cool.
And so we help out the parents kind of get their child, moving,
yeah.
get them learning into the athletic lifestyle, and then also just having fun,
Yeah.
kicking the ball around, So I try to stay
Free,
connected.
Right, which is nice. There's a lot of kids I see at that park all the
I
time.
see a lot of common threads, though, on what you're doing about community and about helping young people. Must be very rewarding.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
So, Walter, any other things that we haven't talked about the program that you think we need to make? We mentioned I want to make sure we give a shout out to the chamber
Yep.
for all they've done to support the program. You mentioned the United Way's been active with it. Any other?
And thank you guys also for always being one of our hosts and sponsors throughout the year. The YWCA always contributes as well. We actually did some community service in front of that little garden space, and where the youth really got a chance to plant some new flowers, a flower bed there.
Yeah, I know they do a lot of cool projects too.
Yep.
That's another good thing. So, all right.
The Division of Youth Opportunities in Worcester,
Nice,
they're
yep.
a great partner. Always have a very interactive session. This year we did a city audit where the youth actually got to walk around downtown and think about how are the sidewalks built? Why are there crosswalks there? Why are these buildings have awnings? Why do certain buildings have certain doors?
Get them into the systems
into
thinking,
the
into all
city
that.
planning.
Yeah.
So big shout out to DYO and and the Department of Public Health.
Cool. Well, a lot of great stuff happening. As usual, you're right at the forefront of it, standing right there. We're so excited to have you on the Working Lunch, Walter Jovel from the Worcester Youth Leadership Institute. And folks can find out more information about it, I think, on the Chamber website. We put a link in our
Yes.
newsletter and stuff,
Yep.
too, so we'll help get the word out about it. Folks can get involved next year
Yep.
through the YouthWorks program and talking to their site coordinators about that, and parents that might want to get their young people involved. First, get them involved with YouthWorks,
Absolutely.
and that. Walter, thanks for joining us on the
Thank
Working
you.
Lunch.
Thank you so much for having me today.
And that's a wrap. That's a wrap.
Till next time.
This close to being an influencer.
Nice work.
I
if
feel
you
I
like
don't
I'm
think you're close. I mean, you have the
You
material,
can
the
get it
delivery. We just
if
gotta
you
work on
this
it.
close.
You guys should have a saying at the end.
Working 7 to 3, 3 to 11, 11 to 7. Talking about a bunch of shit.